Hey everyone, John here, and welcome back to the Toy Box. Today I'm going to review the limited Black Edition Legacy Dragonzord. The Dragonzord appeared in the first season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and was piloted by the Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver. It was my favorite Zord of the first season and ties with the Tiger Zord for my favorite Zord of all time. So we're going to look at every aspect of this Zord, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the review. First, let's go ahead and do a 360-degree view of the Zord. One thing that I've always loved about the Legacy Zord series is their attention to detail, and you can see that right off the bat just by looking at the front. So first you have the lights that go here in the front. One thing to keep in mind is that they are not battery powered and they do not light up and make noises like the original release of the Dragonzord did, but it still looks absolutely amazing. You have the dragon symbols here and the lights right here. Right next to that you have the hands, which look a lot better than the original release of the Dragonzord. You have the fingers bent more naturally like the Dragonzord usually had in the show. And for when you want to do the missile pose, you have an alternate set of hands. So you can pull them out just like this. And you have the alternate set of hands right here. So you have a joint right here, and what I usually do is there's a little indent right here that I can stick my finger just to make sure that this joint doesn't move very much. And you can put it in just like this. And we can go ahead and do the switch for the other hand as well. And there we go, easy. So we have the hands in missile mode. So the next thing we have is the belt buckle here on the bottom with the Z, which looks pretty nice. And we have dragon symbols right here on the legs. This is the dragon symbol on the Green Ranger's power coin. And one other thing to notice looking at the front is that the hip parts right here and these two feet right here are made of die-cast metal. So these are the metal parts on the Zord. And the Zord is fully posable. The arms can move like this. You have the mouth, which opens up and down, and the legs will go up and down like this. Now take a look at the side view right here. We have a lot of really good detail on the dragon symbols right here on the shoulders, and we have a nice view of the dragon power coin symbol right here on the side. And on the legs, one other thing to note is the Zord symbol, the Z symbol right here on the very bottom, which is pretty nice, and a really nice touch when you combine this Zord with the Megazord. And now looking at the tail, we're getting to my favorite part of the Zord. One of the things that I always wish I could change about the original release is the tail, which was rigid and straight, just like this. And you couldn't do anything with it. You could turn the end of the drill a little bit, but that was pretty much it. So they changed it up for the Legacy Dragonzord, and what you can do here is there are ball joints that come in right here, and so when you pull each of these joints out just a little bit, the tail can bend back and forth and to pretty much any direction you want, just like it did in the show, which I think is amazing, and I really liked it. I was super excited about that. And finally, the last thing we have is the tail, which looks pretty nice, and it looks really cool with this gold color. And just like in the show, the tail can drill. So that's a 360-degree view of the Black Edition. So the main specialty of this Black Edition Dragonzord, it has to be the color. That's the way it's marketed. So to really see how this Dragonzord stands out, we need to bring in the original. So let's go ahead and bring in the Legacy Dragonzord. Okay, now that we have the Black Dragonzord alongside the original, we can really see the Black Edition stand out now. At first glance, you can already tell that the green is pretty much replaced by the black, and that silver is replaced by gold. So if we take a closer look and just look at it, we can look at the lights. One of the big differences here is the lights, which on the new one is black here in the middle, and it just has the same red lights right here. And one other thing to notice about the limited edition Dragonzord is that on the gold pieces, the original gold plating on the shoulder of the original, we have sort of a shiny mirror finish on this one. So that's gonna be a main difference in here, and you can even see yourself in this one somewhat. So that's pretty cool. And the other main difference to look at are the two tails for the Dragonzords. As you can see, the original is silver and green, and the other one is black and gold. The silver is pretty much replaced by the black, and the green replaced by gold. So, and then at the very end, you have the two drills. You have a silver drill in the original and a gold drill on the new one. Personally, I think I like the tail better on the original. It looks a little more colorful to me, at least, than on the other one. Even though the gold drill is pretty cool. But I think for the tail, I like the original. I do like the shiny mirror effect here on the shoulders that I kind of wish the original had. That would have been pretty awesome. And we also have that mirror finish right here too. I didn't notice that right now, but we have that as well. And it just sanding the new one right alongside the old one, it really shows how cool this one looks, and it really highlights the differences, so you can really see why it's what changed with the special Black Edition Dragonzord. So now that we've looked at the colors, now it's time for the really fun part. So let's go ahead and build the Dragon Megazord and the Mega Dragonzord. So for this, we need to bring in the limited edition Black Edition Megazord. So let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so now we have all the ingredients we need here to make the Dragon Megazord. So we've got, first and foremost, we've got our Dragonzord right here. So next we have Saber-Toothed Tiger. Horn is right there, okay? We have the Mastodon and the Triceratops. So let's go ahead and let's start building this sword. So first of all, we'll start with the legs. Those are the easiest. So we'll go ahead and bring that there. That's one leg. Next one, bring this. We'll point the horns up. Crouch, fold the legs in like this. And there's the other leg. So we got two legs. Oops, took a spill right there. So next we need to do the arms. So let's get the Mastodon. We remove his head. We'll straighten out the legs to get the arms here. And there we go, we've got that. And then just turn around here to get the fists. So there we go, we've got the arms ready. And for the mammoth shield, remember we just have this part inside, this little tab that comes out, so that the hands can hold on to it. And we're done with that. So now we get to the bigger part, the Dragonzord. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and remove the tail first. There you go. And then this one for the tail, we're going to go ahead and we're going to lock the joints in place. That way the tail's going to be straight now to form the weapon. So we'll put that aside. And then now we have the rest of the Dragonzord. So first, we need to fold the arms in. So they fold in this way. The hand goes down like this, and he's tucked in like that. So from this side, you can see the hand goes down, and we tuck into the inside. So now on the bottom, we need to split the Dragonzord open. So now we have the middle part, And then we close it again, just like that. And now we fold the inside. And I think this is my favorite part of the Zord because I like the way how the two shoulder blades come together and they form the dragon symbol. The dragon power coin symbol. So that's pretty cool. So now, for the legs, we have this little tab right here, which we're going to bring up. And then we fold. So once you bring that up, we fold the whole leg inside. So you have it like this. And the rest it kind of comes down and rests like that. And it uncovers a joint right here. So just do the same thing with the other leg. We open this part right here, bring it up, and then from the side view, you can see that I bring the leg up like this. And it should be facing down this way. And that's how it looks. Oh, and then I forgot one part. You bring down the mouth. You have the face right here for that Megazord. And you also bring this up, bring this little tab. It's usually down. You bring it up like this. So that's the dragon piece. So now let's put it all together. So first of all, let's go ahead and put the legs. We have the Triceratops leg on the right side. You just point the tab right here into the little joint right here. That's one. And then on the other side, it's the same thing for the saber-toothed tiger. We have the joint right here, and then we have another tab right here. So we put them together. And that's how it looks so far. So now we just need to attach the arms. So the way we do that is you put the arms on the outside right here, and you attach these tabs, this tab right here on each arm, to this tab right here on the Dragonzord. So we do that for each side. So that's one right here. Bring it all the way around, and the other side. So now we've got the Dragon Megazord right here. So that's the main body. Now we can't forget about his weapon. So first of all, we've got the mammoth shield. We'll go ahead and put that here. So that's one part, and the next part is the drill. So we have this part, and we have the tail. So what we're going to do is we extend. There's a little extension right here, so all you just have to do here is just pull it out, and you'll notice that there's a joint right here in the middle. It's kind of hard to see with everything being black, but that's what it is. So now we take the tail, make sure this part's facing the outside, because that's the part that you want to see on the other side. You don't want to see the part with all the screw holes. So just this part right here. And we have this joint right here attached in the inside. So you put them. Sometimes they're a little harder to put together. So just want to be careful. You don't want to force it too much, or else you don't want to break something. So there we go. That's this part of the drill. We have the plates right here. And lastly, you get this piece of the staff that comes with the Dragonzord as well. And that can go, there's two tabs right here that just go straight into these two holes right here. Simple. So here's the staff. And the last step is that down here somewhere, if you open up this little thing right here on the back, there is a handle that comes out. So what's this handle for? It goes into the Dragon Megazord, into the arms, so that he can hold on to the drill. Here, I'll show you from the side view. It's a little easier to see. So there we go. Just goes in just like that. And there we have it. This is the Dragon Megazord, which is pretty cool. It seems it's a little heavy on the Dragonzord portion is a bit heavy, so you have to be a little careful. But I think this model does improve a little bit on the original Legacy Dragonzord, which had a little bit of trouble standing up. At least mine does. But this one, it's a little easier now. So this is how the Dragon Megazord looks, which is pretty cool. It has the symbol on here, which it has the shinier dragon symbol, which is pretty awesome. And I like the shimmer. It really highlights these two portions right here when you have this Black Edition Dragonzord. And it looks really cool with the Black Edition Megazord as well. Looks kind of like an alternate universe type thing. But that's pretty cool. So that is the Dragon Megazord. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take this apart again, and we're going to make the Mega Dragonzord. So let's get to that. Alright, so now we have the Dragonzord on one side and the Megazord on both sides. Both the Black Edition Megazord and Dragonzords. So we've got about half of my childhood right here in front of us. So now we're going to go ahead. We've seen the Dragon Megazord where we combine Dragonzord along with the Saber-Tooth Tiger, Triceratops, and Mastodon. So now we're going to see the big one. We're going to see the Mega Dragonzord where we combine the Megazord with the Dragonzord. So let's go ahead and get started building. So first we'll do the Megazord's part, which is pretty easy. All you have to do is bring these two plates down and fold back the horns. Pretty easy, right? That's really all there is to it. So let's go ahead and put the Megazord back over here. And now the Dragonzord part's going to be a little trickier. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, we remove the tail again. Just remember, sometimes the tail can be hard to remove, but you don't want to force it too bad or else you might damage your Dragonzord, which you don't want to do. So after that, it's just like the last one. Make sure you have the hands, the missile type hands on there, and you fold them into the inside, just like this. So I'll do this one from the side view so you can see. You fold it down, and then back up inside the shoulder blades. So there we go. We've got Dragonzord like this. Now we open up the bottom and remove this plate. And we're going to extend Dragonzord out like this. So this is how it's going to look like. We're going to bring his horn up. So it looks like that now. And now we need to work on the feet. So we need to do the same thing we did with the feet with the other Megazord. So we'll go ahead and remove those parts. Make sure the leg is straight up and down, just like this, in this direction. Then we fold the legs up, and we have one leg, and I'll do the other one from this view. So we make sure that it's straight. You open the tabs up, and then you fold the leg up this way. So now Dragonzord kind of looks like that. So now there's a couple more things to do. First, underneath, you have some tabs right here. This tab right here, it looks like that. These are going to hold the Dragonzord onto the Megazord. And you have another one just like it on the other side. So, whoops. Sorry, it's facing me, man. Wasn't supposed to do that. But anyways, that's how this one goes. So now we are ready to put the Dragonzord right on top. So let's go ahead and bring the Megazord right here. And now we're going to put the Dragonzord right on top. One thing to remember is we want to have, let me see, hold on. I think I did this okay. The one thing you want to do is make sure that these tabs right here, the two tabs we brought down, that they go into these crevices right here. If you look at the Megazord's arms, you see these little tabs right here. So you want to make sure that the tabs on the Dragonzord right here go into those holes. So you bring it down like this over like a helmet. So you bring so you bring Megazord down right here, and you bring it over, you push down into the tab where you can bring it. This is a little bit technical difficulties here. There we go. So that's, I've got one. I've got one right here. I don't know if you can see it. And the other one kind of got folded back in. So just got to take the tab back out and fold it right over. So here we go. Looks like I've got it. And then the last step is on the back. You see this tab right here. There's a tab right here on the side. It's a little hard to see, but you fold this down into another tab right in the back of the Megazord, and then you bring the T-Rex tail back up. So there we have it. That is the Mega Dragonzord, and that is the one that you probably are more used to seeing in the show. And this is pretty awesome. You have, I remember in the show when he does his finishing move, he hits the sides of the Z's and a bolt goes through. Of course, we're going to put the Mammoth Shield onto the hand, and I can never resist an excuse to use this golden Power Sword, so we're going to go ahead and put the Power Sword right here. And this Mega Dragonzord really looks majestic. I think I still kind of messed up here. There we go. And there's the Mega Dragonzord. So that looks pretty awesome. And so now we've seen what can be built with the Dragonzord, so let's go ahead and conclude the review. Alright, we've seen a 360-degree view of the Dragonzord, compared it to the original, and built both the Dragon Megazord and the Mega Dragonzord. So, what do I think overall? I really like this model. As I've said before, Dragonzord was my favorite Zord in the first season of Power Rangers, and one of my favorites of all time. I really love the details that went into it, and it just looks really cool. I really enjoyed putting it together with the other Zords also. One thing that I would watch out for is that with combining it with the Mastodon, Saber-Toothed Tiger, and Triceratops, the Mega Dragonzord, or the Dragon Megazord, sometimes has a little bit of trouble keeping its balance. And it wasn't as bad as with the original Legacy Dragonzord, but the problem is still there. The other thing is that the Mega Dragonzord build has never been easy, at least to me. I've built it a few times and I always have some issues. But as a disclaimer, that might be a John problem and not really a Dragonzord problem. So you'll have to really see that for yourself. So now the main question is, do you buy or do you not buy? The reality for this Zord is that it is expensive. I paid $80 for it at Toys R Us, and I see it online for over $100, so well over $100. So it isn't cheap, and these expenses pile up, especially when you want to collect all these Legacy Zords. So while I would like to say go ahead and buy, it may not be a realistic solution, or you may not want to do it. So to decide whether or not you want to buy, I would ask the following questions. So first, do you have the very first Legacy Dragonzord? So if the answer is no and you want a Dragonzord, then I would probably say get this one. One of the reasons is because the original Legacy Dragonzord isn't really available anymore. And when I bought it myself, I had to search high and low for that Zord, and it was extremely difficult to find. So if you can't find the original Legacy Dragonzord, then you can also go for this one. They're the exact same model. The only thing that's really different are the colors. So if you really want a Legacy Dragonzord and you can't find the original, then I would say you can go with this one. The next question is, do you like the colors? So if you want to really see the differences with the colors again, then just go back in the video to where I compared the Legacy Dragonzord, the original, with the Black Edition Legacy Dragonzord, and you can really see the differences and see if you liked the colors or not. And for me, there were certain things I liked, but my opinion's going to be different from yours. So this is really a question of, do you like it or not? So that's the next thing I would ask. And the last question is, how much do you like Dragonzord altogether? So if you already have the Legacy Dragonzord, then it's just like with me, when I first saw this one, what goes through my head is I already have a Legacy Dragonzord. So do I really want another one, especially when they're $80? And for me, the answer is I did, just because of how much I like the Dragonzord and how cool it looks, and just the fact that I really wanted it. And so for me, the answer was to buy it. I don't know if that's going to be the same answer you have, but it's the question that you would need to ask. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So what do you think about the Black Edition Legacy Dragonzord? Do you like the colors? Do you like how it looks? Do you like it combining with the Black Edition Legacy Megazord? So let me know in the comments section below. Remember to check out the Toy Box on social media. Twitter and Instagram links are in the description below. Just a quick aside for Pokemon fans, Shiny Yveltal is available for download on your X and Y Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire games. Get yours ASAP, they're not going to be around for very long. And as always, remember to rate, subscribe, and don't stop playing.